hopefully I can get this done before it gets too hot, because I don't really want to sweat. Nothing like going through town with a 35-foot wide header. Hey everyone, so we got our wheat harvested yesterday. Time to plant some beans. I gotta get the air seeder out. I'm not exactly sure if it will fit out of here without moving that round baler. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the forklift, hook onto it and pull it out, make sure it fits. Because if I get a tractor hooked to it and it doesn't fit, then I'm gonna have to unhook it to move the baler. So we're gonna see if we can sneak that thing out of here. Gotta move some stuff around in the other shed to get the tractor out anyway. So let's get going here. So there's another chance of raining in at 8 o'clock and it is 6:45. So we kind of need to get going here. I really don't think we'll get much out of it because it seems like any of the rains that come our way, they kind of break up by the time they get here. So that I showed you that radar yesterday. We didn't even get a tenth of rain out of that. So I'll believe it when I see it. Maybe I won't move it with the forklift. Well, that didn't work. I guess I'll just get the tractor and hope it fits. I really don't want to move the round baler. Got to move the combine, get the tractor out. So everything's in the way all the time. So we're actually going to use the 9410R on the air seeder for a couple of reasons. The main one being that tractor and that tractor are already cleaned up for the year, and this one's not. So we don't want to get those dirty again. I guess there's plenty of room. First box I'm going to put in is the leftover box from planting beans earlier this spring. So it's kind of got a mixture of a whole bunch of different beans. We're just going to get rid of it. Figured we'd save it for wheat beans. Need the seed anyway. We're gonna head out to the field. I got a couple settings I gotta change back there on the drill once I get out there, and just plant some beans. It's easy as that. Here we are. I gotta open this valve. That is the lockup on the units, the way they don't creep down when it's sitting in the shed. And then since I'm running on this tractor, I don't have my control box to adjust the rate as we go. So I'm gonna crank this up a little bit. We like to plant our wheat beans at higher population. We'll see what that does. Since these beans are getting planted so late, we like to plant them thicker. That way they kind of compete with each other to grow a little bit taller, because wheat beans tend to be short and then they're kind of hard to combine anyway. So plant them thicker seems to help. heat advisory today. High of 98 degrees, and the air conditioner doesn't work real great in this tractor. So hopefully I can get this done before it gets too hot, because I don't really want to sweat. Sorry about that. You ever been bit by a deer fly? Terrible. Anyways, I just got around the field almost 2 times and I ran out of seed already. That first box I put in was just a partial. So Dad brought the seed tender over. We're gonna get this thing filled back up. We're really hoping for a rain to get these beans up, but they're too shallow. The ground's too hard right now. Well, I don't think I have enough beans to plant them at the population I want. We were hoping to be able to plant like 180, 190,000. But I only have enough for like 172,000, so shoot, I need to go back there and crank it down, but I guess I need to turn it down. We'll try and shoot for like 170, then if we have a little bit extra, we'll just plant them out till the thing's empty. Be wondering why we're planting soybeans so late, and sometimes it's not the best idea, but sometimes it turns out. We have a long enough growing season that we can usually get by with planting beans the first half of July, and today is the 5th, so this is probably one of the earliest times we've actually got wheat beans in the ground. The reason why we decided to do these double crop beans is because the way the prices are, if you can get decent wheat, which we did, we had pretty good wheat, get it sold for decent money, you get, even if you get 20, 25 bushel to the acre beans, that pays better than any other cropping system that we can do in the area. It's better than corn, better than single crop beans, and obviously better than wheat alone. So unless you're growing like specialty crops, potatoes, flour stuff, but row crops, this is the best revenue. I'm kind of wishing we had a little bit more wheat this year, the way the prices are, and the wheat yielded pretty good, but that's kind of why we do it. Since these are double crop, you can't get crop insurance on them. You can only insure one crop in 1 year, I guess. So the seed's pretty cheap. I mean, it's not cheap. The seed's reasonable. It doesn't take a lot of inputs to grow these second crop soybeans, so we usually gamble and put them in the ground, and I don't think it's ever hurt us. So there was 1 year in particular, I can't remember which year it was, but we actually finished planting our wheat beans in August, and they still made like 35 or 40 bushel to the acre. That was an exceptional year. We got some late rains and it stayed warm to finish those beans out. They shouldn't have been that good, but that was just kind of a just luck of the draw type deal. Usually we plan on 20, 25, maybe 30 if you're lucky, but 40 is just unheard of for second crop soybeans. I forgot that I broke that shear bolt on the marker, and it decided that it wanted to unfold, so I'm gonna have to find a piece of wire or something. I don't know if I've got anything to tie that up with. I got a flag I can use. Last day I was planting beans, there's supposed to be a shear bolt right here, and it broke out of there. That way if you hit something, it'll fold back and not wreck the marker. I forgot about that. I'm pretty sure there's a catch basin in the middle of these weeds somewhere, but I can't see it because there's all these weeds. So I need to find where it's at. The water kind of washes through here. There's a little bit of a rut. Maybe there isn't a catch basin. I can't remember. There it is. I knew it was in here somewhere. Let's see. I actually should be able to swerve around that. Wish I had some more flags, but I just used my last one to tie up that marker. This might be a little rough. Yep, right there. So I'm gonna do this. Catch basin is right in front of that tire. So we'll just fold up a little bit, go over it, and back down. That worked. This farm could use a little bit of dirt work. Pretty bad gully through there. This is one of my Uncle Danny's farms, and I've been spraying this field for a while, so thankfully I knew that, otherwise I would not have seen that catch basin. It's telling me row 15 is blocked. Check that out. The seed cup's not blocked. I don't like that. Means there could be something up in the meter. I don't know. Sometimes I just get a faulty reading. Let's see what happens. Getting nothing on row 15. Wonder what that's all about. First thing I'll do is I'll spin the wheel and see if we're actually getting seed out of number 15. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now. Now we're good. That's better. My low tank warning just went off and I have 2 rounds left. So I think when I get to the end, I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. That way I have enough seed. Like I said, I wanted to plant these thicker, but I guess I miscalculated. If we don't get any rain, it won't matter anyway, because these beans, they're not gonna come up unless we get rain. So it is starting to cloud up. There's like a 90% chance of rain 3 days out of this week. So really hoping we get something out of it. Guess we'll see. Neighbor of mine has some beans he cleaned out of his planter. He's going to bring those over to me, and that should be enough to finish up. If I'm a little bit short, it is what it is. They're just double crop beans. They're not that crucial. So let's see if I can catch up with him and get those beans and get this finished up. Well, neighbor actually brought those beans out, and I was at a good place to stop anyway. Dad needed some help getting the combine moved. We got that little patch at the township that we need to cut yet. It's only like 3.3 acres. So we figured we'd knock that out before the rains come. Hopefully the rains come. Don't want to jinx it. Here we are. There's the field. There's a telephone pole. We gotta put the head on right here because the power lines get pretty low towards that end of the field, so this is really the only spot we can get the combine in. We think this one's just a little bit taller than our old combine, and that one was kind of tight, so we're not taking any chances. Dad's gonna spin around with the head, I'm gonna back across the road, and we're gonna grab it and just dive right in right here. New plan, I backed into a side street down here. Dad's gonna do a drive-by with the head, and I'm gonna grab it, and then we can just scoot down the road, try not to hit the telephone pole, and dive into the field. Nothing like going through town with a 35-foot wide header. Dad doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to make him run the combine. I want him to see how sweet this header is. Cast tailboard spreads the chaff out wide. That way you take your organic matter and spread it over the whole field instead of just strips through the middle. I think Dad likes the draper. This field is just one that whoever the road commissioner is gets to farm or gets to decide who farms it. So we farm it for nothing, and it's kind of more of a hassle than anything. As you can see, we have trouble with weeds in here. A lot of mare's tail. Seems like whatever we do, it's always full of weeds, so it is what it is. It's free rent, so whatever. Done with wheat. Well, what do you think?
All right.
Like it?
I like it.
I think we'll probably buy it.
I think we'll buy it.
Dad just dropped me back off at the tractor. Finished this last pass that I got here. Those buckets of beans that I got, I actually sold to the guy, and they were just assorted clean out beans from the seed company that they sold at a very discounted rate. So I got that hybrid in my climate as assorted because there's about 10 different maturities in there. But who knows? Maybe that's the ticket. Maybe they'll be better than all the rest of them. Anyways, I'm gonna knock this out real quick, bring the tractor back, put it away, and probably call it a day because it's really hot outside and I don't feel like doing anything else. Perfect. Just got to the end, spun around, dropped the seeder in the ground to get it emptied out all the way, and it ran out. So I'm just going along trying to get as much seed out of it as I can because what I leave in there I gotta vacuum out anyway, so might as well just keep running it out. Get this thing folded up, head back, put it in the shed. Man, is it hot outside. 110 heat index. I think that's gonna be it for today. Left the tractor outside because we gotta put everything back in the shed. We got 2 combines to store. We were supposed to send our old one to Maori auction for this month, but we just got notified that they're not taking any more consignments. So we're gonna have to store it for another month, put it on the August sale, which is not ideal, but we'll figure it out. So anyways, that's it for this video. Now all we can do is pray for some rain for the wheat, beans, and for the rest of the crops. We're pretty much done farming for now until we gotta spray fungicide. So maybe we can take a little breather. Nope. Gotta start some dirt work for the new shed. Got some equipment to work on. There's always something to do. So anyways, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.